We are live once again. Solutions and Answers, international, interactive, with your breakthrough coach, the world's number one problem gambling annihilator, Santos Jr. Ja- uh, January 10th. Yes. Aren't we on January 10th? I think it is, aren't we? Something like that. Sunday, January 10th. Santos Jr. here. I want to welcome you to the broadcast. I'm hoping that we can interact on this broadcast tonight, see what we can do to better ourselves, find a path, a better path forward as we trek. Maybe I shouldn't say trek, right? Trek into the new year, 21. We're already headed towards the year 22. And so much is happening, my friend. So good evening to you, Jim. Good to see you. Tucson, Arizona. It's probably pretty cold, a little bit, maybe. A little cold. What about that Bitcoin? Oh boy. Another subject. Actually, Bitcoin is still holding itself pretty good. I was looking at it a little bit ago, but it has dropped. Lei Yadao, welcome. You got what? You got hit? How did you get hit? I got hit, but I'm okay. Well, I'm glad that you're okay. Very glad. But if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to. That's fine. I'm glad you're here. We'll one of these days we'll get that song together. By the way, I got a proverb. I have a proverb I want to read here in a minute. So much is happening around the world. It's incredible, my friends, isn't it? Oh, once again, I got to go into a grand. We are in a new year. Welcome to the new, the first edition. Isn't it the first edition? It is. Might be the second edition of Sunday Solutions and Answers with your host Santos Jr. I welcome you. Welcome all of you that are here. If you have a question, if you have a thought, please ask. Please feel free to ask. I really want this place to be a place of learning, a place of building, a place of going forward. I think that would be a good thing for us right now with everything that's happening in the world, especially with what happened recently in Washington, D.C. Man, a door, a tall, dark, very heavy, a very tall, a very heavy, very dark, mysterious door has been opened. Oh, the virus. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad that I'm glad that you're well. Yeah. So you're getting the vaccine tomorrow. Okay. Well, you have to stay safe. You have to stay safe, and you have to go by how you feel about. You have to go by how you feel about all of these things. As long as you feel comfortable about the direction that you're moving in, that's what's important to you. And by the way, it's a big needle. It's not like your regular needle. It's very, very big. It's huge. No, only kidding. I don't know. You're a nurse. You should know more than I do. Yeah. All right. Well, we have a few people that are watching. Welcome from around the world, wherever you are. I hope that you are doing super fantastic, or at least working on it. Working on super fantastic. Oh man, I'm running out of room here. Okay, let me get into I got to read the proverb here in a minute. I'm even getting myself right out of the camera. Isn't that something? Michael Reisenstein, welcome. Welcome. Gabino, welcome to the broadcast. Sunday night. It used to be Sunday Night Alive, and now it's Sunday Night Alive, Solutions and Answers. International. Interactive. All right, let me get into the proverb here. This is a very interesting proverb that I'm getting ready to read with us here on this Sunday night. As I said earlier, if you have a question about something that you want to ask me something, please feel free. I'm going to do my best to answer, take some notes. I'm going to take some notes. I'm going to do my best, take some notes, right? All right. I got to read this because this is something that I repeat. Part of this proverb, I repeat this to myself almost every morning. Almost every morning. And it says this, it's the proverb, 1 Samuel 30 verse 6. Okay. It reads like this. Wait a minute. 1 Samuel 30. Yeah, here it is. Whoa. All right. And David was greatly distressed, for the people spake of stoning him, because the soul of all the people was grieved, every man for his sons and for his daughters. But David encouraged himself in the Lord his God. What's happening here? This king was not only being pressured from others, but he was going through a very, 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 can we say a very dark moment or experience in his life, where his own army, a group of men, almost wanted to turn on him because they lost the wives and the children. Now, they didn't lose it. Somebody came in and took another warring factor, another group of people came in and took the children. I mean, it's a bad situation here for these guys. They spoke of stoning. They wanted to take this guy out. They wanted to kill him. They wanted to do him in. That's what's happening here. David encouraged himself in the Lord his God. What does that mean? After some time in the story, it says that they wept. They wept until they couldn't weep anymore. And then they got a plan together. King David got the men, and he got a plan together, and there was prayer involved in that ritual. There was prayer involved, and he went out with the group of men, and they conquered everything. They got everything back. It's a very unusual thing that happened, but they got the children back. They got the loot. Of course, the city was burned. Their city was burned by fire. Ziklag. It says the city was burned by their enemies as they took their wives and their children. But King David went with the men. They had a plan. They got a plan together. But they had some special help. King David had some special help. And he got everything back. All the women, the children. What can we learn from that story? I'll let you think about that as I think about it over the next several hours, and maybe, well, actually not just several hours, because I think about 1 Samuel chapter 30, verse 6 just about every day, because I remind myself King David encouraged himself in the Lord his God. And my friend, more than ever today, you and I, we need to be encouraging ourselves in our God, in our Master, the Creator. Look what's happening to our world, to our system. Gambling, broken relationships, people living in constant fear. It's bad. It's bad. It's really, really bad. And it's not going to get better for most. It's just not going to get better for most unless we make a decision to really focus on where we need to be going and how we should be conducting ourselves on a daily basis, daily, moment by moment, if possible. Well, these are my thoughts today on this wonderful Sunday out of wonderful Stockton, California. And I'm going to continue to make it super fantastic, terrific, and over the top in spite of and because of. Let me acknowledge those of you that are here. I see we got a few. Nick, welcome. Welcome. I know Chicago's got to be cold. Jesse Valadez, welcome to the live. Keith, welcome to the live. Happy New Year to you guys. Happy New Year to everybody. Yes. Aren't we going to the year 2022 already? Are you thinking like me, the year 2022? Well, 2021's already here, so we don't really need to focus on it anymore. All right, I got a few questions here I want to break. Let me see. Okay, Tucson is getting cooler. Still ride the motorized bicycles, that's for sure. Jesse and then Jim, you gotta Nick says hope. Yeah. Somebody said welcome Papa Santos. Let me get the is it when our backs up against the wall we plead for help. Yeah, that's one of the times. We don't have to wait for our backs to be against the wall, but why is it that most people do wait? That's kind of a mystery. Most people will wait. Most people will wait till both of their legs are broken. And then they might even have a broken arm and still they might not change. Some people are just a diehard. They're not going to change, right? They're not going to. But then there's those of us that we don't have to have our legs broken. No, don't break my legs, please. I don't need my legs broken. My legs are perfect the way they are. They work very well. Please, don't break my legs. We find something, we hear something. You know what? We see something. We see an image. You know? We see an image and it triggers us. It causes us to think differently. It causes us to say, wait a minute. Hey, bam, right? When you see it, look at what happens. Stimulus, brain activity. Sometimes I think I talk too much. You guys probably agree with me. So I'm looking for questions. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, January is almost over. Yeah, I mean, we're already in pretty soon Biden and Kamala will be in the office. My condolences to the family members that have lost loved ones there in that opening, that door that was opened in man, there's a door that was open, right? That I said earlier, that dark, heavy, that mysterious door. It's actually been kind of opening up little by little, but I believe it's already opened. That's why I'm warning, and that's why I'm sharing not just with you, but with everybody possible. We really, really need to think more today on what's important. What is really important for me? What is really important for me today? What should I be thinking about? What should I be focusing on? What should be my concern? And when I wake up in the morning, my number one concern when I wake up in the morning or when I go to bed, is it making money? Is that my number one concern? Making money, buying Bitcoin, selling Bitcoin, Ethereum? Or is there something bigger? Is there something broad? Is there something taller that we really need to be focused on? What's important to you, my friend? What's important to you? What I want to know, why is it hard to be human? Eric Daniel, welcome to the live broadcast. Let me see. Yeah, you have to fight against yourself. You're not your enemy unless you make yourself your enemy. You're not your enemy. You just have to dominate your old nature. That's all. You have to dominate. You have to work on dominating your old nature. We call that sinful nature. It's a day by day process. It's a moment by moment process. But where does it start? It starts with mind, mouth, power. Mind, mouth. You, we can see the power of words. What's been happening with a lot of the media, the war, the media war, the information wars that's going on, the conspiracy theories, all of that. What's driving that? I'll tell you what's driving it is the mind and this thing right here. We must practice on using these two gifts in the most effective way possible for us to get, for you to get to your next level, for you to be able to take care of everything that you have. Because we have to be realistic about things. If we're not focused, if we're not doing the right things, even if we're doing the right things, we can still be going through challenges, right? We're going to go through challenges, but we have to be preparing. I mean, I often remind myself, what if I lose everything? What if, what if I have to go through the most darkest moments? I've been through some dark moments, but what if there's more? You know, am I going to be prepared? Am I going to be prepared for those days? We keep hearing stories, all kinds of different things. People coming for, they're coming for you. They're coming for you. They're coming for your guns. They're we don't know. We don't know what they're coming for. I know right now what I think the most important thing that they're coming for is what I'm trying to get a hold of and guide my thoughts. That's my main thing right now. That's my main focus, right? I'm not really too concerned about what's happening outside of me. I am, but I think my concentration really needs to be here. So that I can know where I'm going, know what I need to do every morning. When I get up in the morning, I know what I need to do. How can I be strong during these difficulties? How can I build and work on building relationships? We need to connect with people. We need people. We need to belong to communities, what we need to do. I've been thinking about that too. Community. And here I am preaching again. But we need to belong to a community where we can energize and find answers and find solutions and pull resources together, because sometimes we have a need. And if we don't have somebody to call on, it's like we're just drowning in the ocean. We fell off the Titanic. There's many little boats. They're all around you. But if you don't say, hey, I'm over here. Hey, it's getting cold, right? Hey, I'm over here. But you got to keep fighting for the lifeboats to see you, man. Right? That's how I feel sometimes, man. Searching for answers, looking for solutions, but you keep going. You keep going, man. You fall, you fail, you keep going. You keep doing it. You keep building. All right, let me get off this trip here. We're done with that. In fact, we're already into the program. All right. Let me see. I need to focus on strengthening mental, physical, and financial and relationship helps. There's the balance right there, Jim. There's the balance right there. Yep. Fear, anxiety, self-doubt, self-hatred. Anyone else relate to these? There's the human nature right there. Old human nature, sinful nature that you got to fight against. You have to wrestle against that thing. And there's a tale, I remember, in fact, I might have mentioned this in one of my books. There's a tale about an Indian, a proverb, I believe. Let me see if I can remember this. It's a proverb, right? There's two proverbs. Let me see if I can give you one. There's the African proverb. And then the Indian. The Indian looked at life as if it was a pair of two wolves, and they were living inside him. One wolf was the negative, and one wolf was the positive, and they're battling back and forth. And maybe the younger Indian asked the Indian, well, who wins if they're both battling the negative and against the positive and the evil and the. He goes, the one that I feed the most. And the African proverb goes like this, if my memory serves me right. If there be no enemy within, the enemy without can do you no harm. If there is no enemy inside, the enemy outside can do you no harm. That's a pretty good proverb. All right, we are coming close to the end. I want to acknowledge those of you that are here. Some have come, some have gone. I don't know. Maybe I scared a few away. Let me get some music going on because I need some music. A little bit of Mario Kottman. Shout out to Mario Kottman because he's playing the beats in the background. I pray that Lei Yadao gets very well. I pray that she heals quickly from whatever challenge it is that you have in your against your body. And we can sing a song soon, one of these days. Lei Yadao, gentlemen and ladies. All right. Yes, we have to focus. I agree. We must focus. We must also be willing to go through the failure that is necessary. Focus, but we be willing to go through the failure that is necessary. Be willing to look at, study the failure that is necessary while you focus. All right. By the way, I will not be doing the program. You can definitely see until further notice. We're not going to be doing the program on Fridays. We may have a program on Wednesday. That really depends on. It depends if I get some feedback. If I get, if people are interested in wanting to come and join the community. If you want to be here, no. I twist your arm if I could, if I was there. I twist your come on, Santos. All right, I'll go, man. I'll show up, man. All right. Twist it. Come on, you're twisting a little bit harder, man. I want to make sure you're gonna be there next week too. All right. All right. You promise? All right. Whew, man, that's Santos soldier, man. He's a hard guy, man. Oh man, we gotta have fun. You gotta have fun and be real and be me. Yep. Just gotta be human. All right, my friends, we're coming down to the wire here. 30 minutes. We've been here for 30 minutes, and I feel like I've just been talking. My head feels like it's about to fall off. I'm just kidding. Do you still have temptation to gamble sometimes? Yes, I do. I have temptations to gamble. Sometimes I have temptations to do bad things. You ever get a really weird thought that comes out of nowhere? And it's like you have those thoughts, right? You know what I'm talking about, man? They're thoughts that are just so devilish. They're evil. They're creepy. Ugh, you know what? They are. And the more sometimes I think about these things, I'm like, man, why am I thinking those thoughts? Where do they come from? It's the human nature. It's that sinful nature that we must control, man. We have to work on controlling it, on guiding it. Can we fully control it? I don't know if we can fully control it. I don't think we can do it 100%, but I believe we can guide this thing, right? I believe we can guide it because I'm doing it. I'm practicing it, and it seems to be working for me. It seems, but yeah. I just don't do it anymore. I don't do it. I have fought the temptation. I have fought it so many times. Yeah, I've bought like a scratcher ticket. I bought one, but it's not me anymore. It's just not me anymore. And gambling is not me anymore. I've defeated the temptation. I've defeated the feeling. I've defeated the emotion. I've defeated the triggers. I've defeated my own thinking when I used to tell myself, Santos, you know what? Go to the casino. You had a rough day. You know what? You don't need to put up with that crap that happened to you today, man. You know what? You know where you can go. Go up there. You know what? And get away. Yes. Get away, Santos. Go get in front of the slut machine, man. You know? Think about the winning, Santos, right? I don't have any of that anymore, man. And I can speak this way because I know for a fact that I'm not going to gamble because I'm in control. And I tell myself every day, and I've been telling myself this for the last couple years now. And I think I'm starting to believe that I'm in control. So I don't go to the casinos anymore. I don't have a need. I really don't have a need. Or to buy scratchers or to do any of that stuff. I have tested myself. And I've passed the test. I have passed the test. I know when I can go into a casino, which I did. I was in Reno not too long ago. I was up in Reno. With one of my clients. Well, he's kind of my client, mentor, somebody I kind of mentor. And we were up there passing out these flyers that were they were made by, actually the flyer itself was made by Nicola out of Chicago, Castellano. Shout out to him. So I walked in the casino, a couple of casinos. By the way, horrible freaking lobster and steak meal. I didn't complain. I left, but it was horrible. One of the most terrible meals that I've ever eaten in a casino. But we got in there. We passed out some flyers. We tried to reach out to some of the gamblers in the area, and then we hightailed it out of there. And I just don't feel a need. I don't feel a need. It's a good feeling. And this is what I want to pass on to those of you that are struggling. You see, association, through association, you can get good contamination. Am I correct here? You can get contaminated in bad ways from bad things if you associate. But you can also get good contamination. Or is there a good contamination? Maybe a good influence, good motivation, right? Through association. Community. It's what you belong. It's where you belong. And it's what you're taking from it. It's what you're taking from it, right? It's what you're taking from it. Because you can be in the presence of something really, really good and not really see it. Not really see what's happening there in front of you, what is being shared with you, and you can miss it. Miss it. Nimsy Lot. Nimsy Lot, welcome to the live. Good to see you. Relevant Hurt. It's tough to get over, but that's jealousy, bro. I love you, brother, and I will go away in Jesus' name. And it will go away in Jesus' name. Other success make me feel inferior. I used to feel that way, and sometimes you feel that way. It happens. You question it, though. You question, why should I feel this way? What have I done wrong? Whenever you feel like, you're being intimidated or you feel overwhelmed by, like you're saying, like you're sharing somebody else's success, I would ask myself, why am I feeling this state right now? And First of all, why and how can I change it? What do I need to do right now to change this state? Because I don't like it. It doesn't feel good. I don't like feeling this from other people. I want other people to feel successful. I want other people to be successful. As long as they're doing the right thing, right? We feel a little weird when we see people becoming successful in the wrong stuff. Then that kind of rubs us the wrong way. Maybe a little bit. Hey guys, welcome. YouTuber in the making. Welcome to the live. Good to see you. Looks like I'm going to be here a little bit longer. A few minutes longer. Santos, I was gambling free from 1 year, and yesterday we went to Vegas and I gambled. Well, what do you do? What can you do? If you went to Vegas and you gambled, I don't know if you won. I don't know if you lost. What are you going to do with what are you going to do about the experience? Are you going to continue doing? Are you going to leave it? It's the decision that must be made. My grandpa told me once there was a guy who quit drinking for 40 years and went back to drinking, getting drunk after 40 years. It happens. I don't think that guy really had his mind made up. Do you? You think that guy really had his mind made up after 40 years? Eric Slots. Let me see. What is recreational gambling bad or just gambling in general? That depends. That depends on actually depends on the person. If you were to ask me what I think about gambling, most people already know. They know that I'm against gambling. They know that I've been hurt terribly by gambling, so I wouldn't be an advocate of any kind of gambling. But I'm not going to judge you. If you want to gamble, you can gamble. As long as you don't come on my broadcast and try to inspire others to gamble, because we know what happens then. But other than that, hey, I don't to each their own, like they say. I'm not here. I'm not God. God is my judge. I'm not the judge. I can only look through these eyes and through these ears and taste with this mouth and feel with these fingers, and I'm still human being. So I've been there. I've done that. But again, it's a day by day thing. See, I don't care about the 40 years, honestly. I don't care about 5 years. It's a day by day thing. If I got through yesterday, I can get through today. Tomorrow's not here, but it's a day by day practice. See, that's the big thing that I teach. Most people don't get this. Most people do not get this at all. It's like a big airliner, big jet, a big airplane, right over the heads, day by day. In fact, any area of life, if you take it day by day, any area of life you can conquer, you can begin improving, you can begin finding the path, you can begin finding the solution, you can begin getting stronger. Oh, yes, day by day, day by day. Forget about yesterday. Today, how did you do today? How do you feel about today? What you accomplished today? You getting ready to go to bed, right? In a little bit. Did you got to work. Gets easier. And some things are just outright horrible. Those are the things that we want to definitely stay away from as much as possible. And sometimes we can't. Sometimes we can't get away from the evil that quickly. Sometimes we can't get away from the evil that easy. Everybody's in a different situation, different environment, different relationships, a different state, different part of the world, different country. Everybody's all, and we've got like cobwebs and they're growing. Some things are good, but some things are bad. And we got to get rid of the bad and continue spinning the good. You know what I'm saying? That web. Maybe I shouldn't say a cobweb, but a web. And we spinning the web, and it's all the good. We're doing the good. And every once in a while, there's going to be some evil, some wicked, failure. But you keep doing that. And then until you can't no more. Yeah. Well, the way I see it, people that gamble either have a lot of money, they have a lot of money that they can spend, and they're not really worried about money. Or, they just, let me see, they have money. I don't know. The way I look at it is I don't have a need for it. But if you're not doing bad, I guess people will continue to gamble. People, that's the way it is. You got a lot of money, things are going well for you. But you find most people, not most, but a small percentage of people, I think it's like 1%. I think it's a little bit more, 1 or 2% of the population fall prey to addiction. It's still a large number, but in comparison to the whole, it's just a small percentage. It's like, 10 people go into the casino, maybe one is going to end up addicted with major, major problems or even a suicide. Is that what it is? 1 out of every 10? Or 1 out of every 100? Or 1 out of every 1,000? I'm not sure. I'm not a mathematician. So, hey, Laura, welcome. Happy New Year to you. Yeah. Well, I can tell you one thing right there, my friend. What? I'm not here to judge. I'm not here, but I can tell you, looking at that statement, I did it. I do it to get away from every day. It's an escape. So I can tell you right now, that's not a good thing. Forget about my problems. I started it to deal with my depression. And over time, it just got me hooked. So what you've done is you're sort of replacing a depressive addiction or a thought pattern of addiction, of depression, wherever that comes from. There's an underlying factor there. It goes deeper, right? We say depression, but what is motivating that? It goes deep. So what you're doing is replacing a bad habit, something that is not good for you, with something that could potentially even become worse and drag you right back into that depression multiplied. These are things that you need to think about, my friend. It's about doing your due diligence, because if you just keep walking this way blindly and you don't think about what you're sharing with me, you can end up in some serious, serious problems not too long from now. And I don't say that to scare you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. You can gamble all you want, my friend. I'm here to tell you the truth, because I've been there. I've gone through it, and I live the experiences of not just my life, but many people that have called me and have sent me messages and told me, I'm on the verge of suicide. I don't know how I got here. Thank you for being here, my friend. I just hope the best for you this new year. Eric Slots. Reminding ourselves and our minds reflect back where you were before and where you are now is an eye-opener. It helps us to keep up. Exactly, man. I mean, we're not, let me tell you, a lot of people don't realize what's happening in the world today, in the way things are moving, especially with money. You need to protect your money, what money you have. You need to hedge. You need to hedge. If you don't know what hedge means, look up the word. But you need to hedge against the dollar. If you're in the United States, if you're in the UK, if you're in other parts of the world, you need to hedge against those fiat currencies. I would encourage you to really study what's happening with your money. And if you're gambling, that's going to make the situation even worse. The government is printing so much money that they're not even able to keep track with how much money is being printed. We're going to pay back all this money that's being printed somewhere. I don't think it's going to be 10 or 20 years from today. I think it's going to be sooner. Somebody's going to end up paying for all of this money. And if we have a little bit of money, we have to learn how to hedge. We need to learn how to protect what we got. We need to learn how to protect our own individual lives. And in particular, protect your mind so that you can make wise decisions. Because if your mind is clouded, if you're confused, if you're living in fear, you're not going to make good decisions, man. You're not. You're not. The best decisions that you will ever make is like the proverb says. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You have to be single-minded. You have to know. You have to know where you're going. You have to know where you want to go. Where do I need to go? You know, I started out this broadcast talking about what's important. What's really important? Gambling, the casino, buying scratchers, 50. I just got I got my stimulus check. I'm going to go buy, I got $600. I'm going to go buy, $100 of lottery tickets, or somebody might even go to the casino with that money and goes $600, man. And it's almost funny, but it's not funny. It's really sad that people are in this situation and then they lose that money, they lose that stimulus, and now they're in a situation where they're like, you don't want to live anymore. You just don't want to live. You don't want to live anymore. But you had the opportunity to make things different. Gambling will mask the depression. You will have to deal with it. Yeah, you'll have to deal with it somewhere sooner or later. But the truth is that some people don't get hooked really bad, right? They can go through it and they manage. Some people manage. Others can't. Others, it just spirals out of control very quickly, and you start losing money and you start lying, and you start lying about stuff, and then you try to cover your tracks up, and you end up believing your own lies, and you're not in control anymore. I'm sorry, but you're not. You've just given your control over. Well, I say that you're always in control. In a sense, you are always in control, but you can give your control over to something. Even though you're still in control of it, you can still give it over to something because you're unique. We're the most powerful. We're not animals, we're not a lion. Well, maybe sometimes we need to be a lion, but we're not, a giraffe. We're not a cockroach. We're not a fly. We're human beings, man. We've got potential. We've got abilities. We've got so much imagination and creativity in ourselves that we don't know what to do with it sometimes. We don't know. It's like if you've ever heard this before, sometimes it is like trying to get your thoughts and your plan together. It's like corralling cats. You ever try to get a bunch of cats and corral them, like all in, like in a corral? Imagine that, a bunch of cats. It's like, is it possible? Or it can be done. It can be done. There's a way to do it, but it's almost impossible. To some people, we would say, no, can't be done. You can't corral cats. Oh, there's a way to do it. Believe me. There's a way. There's a will. There's a way to do it. All right. We're coming close to the end of the hour, my friends. I want to thank those of you that have been with me tonight. Boy, I've been just preaching. Yes. Yeah, It's the truth, Eric. It's the truth, man. That's what it's about, man. I don't want to lie to anybody because I'm not here to lie. I'm here to tell people the truth. I've been through the ringer, man. I've lost just about everything. And I finally, how many years later, I've been through two bankruptcies, two bankruptcies. And my credit score is up somewhere up near 700 today. I'm like shocked. My credit score is somewhere up around 700. And I've had two bankruptcies. So you build, you rebuild, and you let go of the past and you keep rebuilding. And come what may. We have to prepare for whatever comes, whatever it is, man. We don't know. Nuclear, Korea, we've got Korea, North Korea. They're setting up. We are today. We're going to bomb. We are setting up our strategies because we are making missiles that are going to reach 15,000 kilometers. And we want to make sure that we specifically target the United States because of their sanctions on us. And they're not going to let go. It doesn't matter which Biden administration or some other. We are going to ratchet it up. And we are North Korea. We're going to tighten it up today. So we got another threat coming now. The Biden administration. And one thing that I've heard, I like to keep up on some of this because I'm a veteran. And my son is a United States Marine. I heard that they're choosing members into the cabinet, and some of these members into the cabinet, into his team, are like war hawks. This is what I hear. I'm not sure about this. I don't know. But why would you want to bring some of the older war hawks back into this situation? And, you got Iran, some other stuff happening with Iran. And of course, we've got China. Where do we go? What's important to you and I? What's really important, man? We better get there fast. We better start practicing, right? The $6 million man. You guys remember the $6 million man? He was an astronaut. He went up to space and his capsule blew up. He landed on Earth and they gave him the bionic legs and the bionic right arm, and he had a bionic eye and he had special hearing. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Remember him? The $6 million man who's running, doing, I don't know, over 100 miles an hour. Why did I bring that into it? Oh, man, I used to remember that. In fact, I remember I had the bionic for Christmas. My mom bought me the doll, the action figure, and you could push his back. It was a little opening in the back, and his arm would crank up, and he had like a little like a magnifying eye where you could look through the back of his head and you could see, what else did he have? The legs and. Anyways, man, if I would have had that little doll today, imagine that little $6 million man would have been probably worth a lot of money, that little doll. Yeah, I remember that. Steve Austin, the Bionic Man. Anyways, I'm missing you guys. All right, we are coming to the close of this program. As I mentioned, by the way, what did I got to put this up? You want to stay in touch? I'm going to ask you if you want to stay in touch with me. Why not? I'm a pretty good guy to stay in touch. Send an email. I send one back. I'm not perfect. Who wants to be friends with perfect people? You want to be friends with perfect people? I don't. I used to be. Anyways, stay in touch there. Let me see. The Little Red Book. Get a copy. Support the mission. A copy of the Little Red Book right there. It's on your screen. It's a good read. It's a good tool. It is. If you use it, it's going to help you. Right there, it's on the screen, the Little Red Book. We are working on GABA, so I'm not going to be sharing that one. And let me leave that on the screen here for just a minute. We're getting ready to wind down in a few minutes here. I'm going to hang out with you if you're here. Looks like. Shout out to Mario Kopman, YouTube channel. If you're listening to me, thank you for the beats, background beats. All right, the Little Red Book. And there it is. Co-partner coaching, you reach your goal. You got a goal? Let's grow. Co-partner with me. Coaching to help you reach your goal. There's the link. I'll leave that on there for the rest of the broadcast. As we wind down, all right, Jim, you motorize motorcycles. I want to develop refocus triggers. There we go. Nimsy Lot, Laura Swihart, Relevant Hurt. Let me see. Eric Slots, Dennis Hernandez. We're getting ready to wind down here. Let me see. Gabino Barrera. Let me see. He left us a little note here. I want to go back. I heard a story. There was a guy who gambled all his life savings and lost all of it. He left a death note. Why he suicide. If you guys want to hear a really, it's kind of sad, but it has a good ending. It's called the Betty White story on YouTube. In fact, I had it in an email and I sent it out. I might do that again this week coming up. I'll send out an email with the Betty White video. Man, she wasn't a gambler, but her husband was. I'm not going to tell you what happened because you have to watch the video. The Betty White gambling story. I'll be sending that out this week in one of my emails. So if you're a part of the community, if you're a part of my email family, and I'm encouraging you, check out that video. Especially if you're a struggling gambler, man. If you're struggling. Let me see. Who else do I need to acknowledge? Laura. Laura was there. There was Leia Dow, Jesse Valadez. Relevant Hurt. We got him. Let me see who else. YouTuber in the making. Free from 1 year and said slipped. Went and gambled. You can get back up, brother. Get back up fast. Today's a new day. Today's you can start all over. If you didn't gamble today, today could be number one for you, my friend. And I'm encouraging you there to do that. Who else? And those of you that did not come on the screen, Keith Robinson. Want to acknowledge you. Shout out to I think it's Las Vegas or Los Angeles there. Nick Castellano, Chicago. Michael Reisenstein. Shout out. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for being with me. Leia Dow. Get well. I send you healing. I send you thoughts of healing. I send you thoughts of inspiration so that you can feel better and that the body, the immune system would fight the good fight. You know, the happier that we are, the more energized that we are, the more positive that we make ourselves, the stronger. I believe this. Can you still die from some accident? Of course. But in the meantime, you can make yourself, you can elevate you don't want to elevate cortisol. What you want to elevate is endorphins, which elevates, what is it? Not serotonin. The feel-good sauce, the electrical that it boosts your immune system. And it just helps you stay stronger every single day. It helps you focus. I believe that's one of the reasons why you might be struggling if you're not focused. Could be to your health. Anyways, something that I was going to say, but I'll hold back. You could still work it. You can still work through it. All right. I think I've acknowledged everybody. Shout out. 2022's coming. 2022's coming. And I hope that for the time being that President Trump stays in office, I hope that it goes well for him. I truly do, because we don't need any more deaths. We don't need any more problems in Washington. I pray. Keep the peace. Dopamine. Well, dopamine there's serotonin. There's the feel good. It's the same stuff that happens when we get addicted to something. It releases it's called the feel good. They call it the feel good juice. And when you have a lot of the feel good juice, you wake up fired up every morning. And that's why I wake up fired up every morning, man. I wake up every morning and immediately I go into my dark area of visualization. Right there, man. Boom. Santos, where are you going? Santos, who are you? Santos, what are you going to do for the people? Santos, the next book you're going to write. Santos, this. That's what I do, man. Instead of sitting there watching the news in the morning or doing some other stuff, reading emails or doing something that's negative, immediately I go into my closet. I prepare myself. Today is a new day. I have to be at peak performance for my day. I have to be at maximum level even at health. Even though sometimes I don't eat very well. Sometimes I cheat. I'll eat chips and I'll drink a soda or a Red Bull. I cheat, and sometimes I just don't eat but I am putting the right things in my body also. Perfect amino, making sure that I'm drinking water. There's other things that I'm doing to help compensate. Some natural things to compensate, right? You got to do these things. Stay fired up. Anyways, my friends, no, it's not oxytocin. Okay, yes, it might be the oxytocin, the feel good. Hennessy. I might be able to drink a little shot of Hennessy, then I end up getting headaches. I drink a beer. I think me and Dennis might drink a beer here. Is it? Have we a beer? Yeah, I have one once in a while, but I used to be a raging alcoholic, raging really bad. But I can have a beer once in a while and it doesn't bother me because I'm in total control of it. First of all, I don't really like alcohol anymore. And if I drink too much of it, it gives me a really massive headache. So that's a great thing. So I know for sure that it's not going to, for a fact, I am in control. You have to be. See, that's the attitude you got to have. You got to demand of yourself. I am in control. I'm getting there. I'm going to get there. Day by day, little by little, I'm going to get there. I'm determined. I am me. Wine, wine, wine. I know a lot of people love wine, Laura. I hear them all the time. They whine, whine, whine. Yeah. Yes. They add sadness, not gladness. They make you badness. Madness. Insane. With lots of pain. In the brain. Damaging the membranes. You need a crane to release the pain from the fame, the contradiction of the addiction, the affliction. Molotov cocktail edition? Suspicion? It's all a contradiction, the big affliction. We got to get away. That's what I like to say day by day. All you have to do is plan your way. Use your mind and your mouth and say, I can, I will, I do, I am. It's a jam. I'm going to make it through the rest of this year. I'm going to stay close. I'm going to stay near to the soldiers of self-mastery movement. In particular, Santos. He's doing it. If he can, I can. Stan. Man, create your plan. Don't just be a fan. Pay the man. Join the clan. A true bribe. Remember the soldier scribe. All right, my friends. He found the cure. There you go. Let me see. I bought a PS4. Unearth the metals. All right, my friends. Until Wednesday. Until Wednesday, I will be. I may show up here. You'll know. I'll put this up on my YouTube channel, so I'll go live at 7. And we may end up having another guest, possibly talking about, what's happening right now with money and stocks and stuff like that. I'll probably bring Edwin back. I don't know if he's willing to come back and share some of the stuff that we're learning, that we're finding, just new stuff, so that we can hedge. That's the pledge. All right. Until my next one, soldiersofselfmastery.com, Stockton, California, the world's #1 problem gambling annihilator. See you later, alligator. All right. Diet. Ain't that sugar is hard on the body. Diet. Fix your body with this up here, and then you can work on your diet. That's where it's at right here. See, most people are trying to fix the diet, and they're forgetting about what's going on up here. The machinery's rusted. They don't oil it, but yet they're trying to do it out here. No, get it in here. Work it out in here first, and then the physical aspect will be real easy for you. All right, my friends, until my next episode, I will see you possibly on Wednesday, for sure on Sunday.